of us getting these money bags of student loans and balling out like,
I'm a boss. Gonna graduate from Michael Kors today. Gucci, Prada, everything. Boss, make it rain.
Ain't talking housewives, but I'm in the Porsche. First I'm a scorcher, then I'm a torture.
Then it comes time to pay them things back and you getting bodied by your mail and you be like,
oh, what? What? This has got to be a mistake because if I turn it upside down, maybe it'll make more sense because them numbers ain't adding up. I'm just acting like this don't exist. This is Sally making. Keep all that. I ain't got time. What's up, y'all? Y'all know from the title of this video, today we are going to be talking about loan debt and whether or not you are a college student that's just now going to school, or if you're a non-traditional student that is planning to re-enroll or just starting school again. We know that them college loans can stack on up. I want to give you all some guidance on some things that you can do that are normal everyday things, and some of them you may have heard, just to be honest about the process and everything. And I decided to do this video because you all asked me so many questions about my own education, having gone into high school straight into my bachelor's and on to my master's and PhD. I never did stop school until it was over. I know a lot about the money game and how you can get caught up with the loan people and all of that stuff. I hope that these tips will help you better prepare, better plan, and think more about your future critically and make the right decisions now so that you don't have to be looking at your mail later, dodging them people.
And while I have you guys, make sure that you thumbs up or like this video if you do, subscribe to this channel and my blog channel, and make sure you join me on all Thursdays and some Sundays for video uploads right here. Make sure that you click yes to get notifications so that you know when I upload here. Now let's go ahead and get into these tips.
I'm going to talk more about my career and what I do in another video, but basically I am a licensed psychologist. I am a licensed specialist in school psychology. I am a nationally certified school psychologist. I am also a certified professional life coach, soon to be certified personal trainer. Ultimately, I'm also a professor, and as a licensed psychologist, I run and direct a clinic on campus. I was in school for a straight, 10 years? I will say I did pretty good in the loan department, and I am blessed because early in the game, I was able to figure out what I wanted to do so that I didn't waste much time on things that I didn't want to do when it came to school, because that's important to your money flow and it's important to your pockets. So let's get into some of the things that you can do to kind of narrow that down. So one of the biggest things I can tell you to do is to just make sure that you start saving early. Go ahead early and get a job. I started working at McDonald's when I was about 14 years old, and I had a work permit in order to do so. I continued to work all the way through the time it was to go to college, and in fact I was able to transfer my job at McDonald's to my campus where I went to school at Truman State University. So I was able to continue to work my job and then keep it for when I came home during break. During graduate school, I also had a job at a hospital in St. Louis, but then when I went off to school at Oklahoma State University, I kept that job. I kept my jobs in Oklahoma, and then I would go home for breaks and I would work my job back in St. Louis. Always been a hustler. But I also was braiding hair. I was doing eyebrows. I worked at a call center. I worked for Enterprise. I did everything one can do to make some legal money. It was important that I had money to rely on because I didn't have my family that was able to send me money at the drop of a hat. Being on my own did not excuse me from responsible behaviors. So you need to build responsible behaviors right now. If you start saving early, you can save for things like your books, your pens, your paper, your school supplies, things that you shouldn't have to take out extra loans for, so that you're able to take care of them yourself and you don't accrue debt over the next few years. Start thinking early about maybe taking on a small part-time job, something that's not going to disrupt you while you're going through high school or other walks of life, because everybody doesn't start school right out of high school, but at least you can start to think early now about what you want to do later. Start to think early about what it is you want to be and what it is you want to do. It's nice to be undecided for a while when you enter college, but you want to start to narrow that thing down. The longer you stay there, the longer you're paying someone for going there. Keep that time down to a minimum. On average, most students are going to stay anywhere from 4 to 5 years, but when you start to get outside of that, you're starting to owe more money. You're starting important to lessen the amount of loans you might have for continued education beyond your bachelor's degree. Narrow down your career path. That way you can narrow down your courses and your classes, know what you have to take, and get out of school as fast as you possibly can. You need to apply yourself while you're in school. So while you're in high school, make sure that you're giving school your all. Join organizations, do different things around, volunteer somewhere. If you're in more things, but you're also managing your time and your grades and giving things your all, you're gonna be more qualified for awards and scholarships when it comes time to apply to school. I also like the website moneycrashers.com. They are pretty awesome for telling students how to make money, how to find scholarships, and I've placed their links down below for you. It's to start to take college courses before you even have to pay for them. I did this in high school. I took AP courses. So I took microbiology and anatomy and physiology, physics, those types of classes to get college credit for them. They transfer into a lot of local universities. You're also graded differently in those courses because they're a little bit higher, so they bump up your GPA a bit more, making you more qualified for colleges and scholarships. There's also something called College Now in a lot of places where students can actually attend college on a college campus while in high school and then also bring that credit back. Find other ways that you can get out of paying a school and get as much out of the opportunity as you possibly can. I should not be talking to people May, June, and July and they still have not applied for FAFSA. It's a funding source that helps you find grants. It also helps you apply for loans and things through the government. When you fill out a FAFSA, you're basically putting in all your information, your parents' W-2s or even your W-2s if you're independent, but it allows you to see how much you qualify for and how much you can take out for college. If I remember correctly, when I was in school, over Christmas break or even earlier was the best time to get that FAFSA in for the following school year. Always keep in mind that you need to apply for that FAFSA to find out what you qualify for, what you can get, and what your money is going to be looking like to determine what you need to take out, and also how much money you and your parents or anyone else who helps you can help you with in order to fill in the gaps in the hole. Look high and low for any scholarships, any opportunities that you can have in order to reduce your college loan debt, and not just depending on your school or not just depending on scholarship sites through the government. Look all around, check out clubs, check out different places that you're interested in. I also got a scholarship almost every year from my church for $500 to help me with my books. You want to make sure that you look in other places for what you might qualify for. There's so many scholarships out there for different things. If you're a single mother, there's scholarships and grants for that. There's so many different ways out there for you to be able to find scholarships. Check your community listings, check other places and even newspapers to find out what's available to you and what's going to be your most valuable resource. I know you love your dream school, your school that you see playing all these great sports and doing all these wonderful things. They cost a lot of fetty, cheese, guac, and everything else. Your cheddar will be gone. Make sure that you're checking you're making the best decisions, not just based on a name. When I went to school, I really desired to go to Spelman. Spelman cost a lot of money. Not only would I have had to try to get to Atlanta, but then what if I didn't get all the scholarships and what if I didn't have enough money to go there? I went to a state university. Check out your state colleges. Check out your state universities. I went to one of the highest ranked public universities in the nation, Truman State University. I got a great education. I wasn't even considering it, but basically my mama made me go and I had a scholarship there. So therefore it was best for me to go. And then I decided that once it was time to go to graduate school, I would go to a bigger school. You have to really make smart decisions now and early so that you don't have a hindrance in loan debt later on. Also check out your community colleges. Go to a community college, transfer in your credits maybe 2 years in or after you get your associate's degree, and then go to a 4-year university. That can also help you qualify for more scholarships, have more opportunities, expose yourself to more things, and also help you plan out your future and your career goals. Y'all don't be getting all these private loans through all these companies, Navient, Sallie Mae, all of these little companies that offer you all these wonderful private loans. You gonna be paying till you die. The thing about government loans is a lot of times you can get waivers on those if you're paying for them over time. Private loans never go away. They don't really qualify for a whole lot in consolidation. These private loans have higher interest rates and hidden fees that keep you paying the people forever. Be as smart as you can with your money right now so that you don't spend what you're gonna have later. Consider what you're doing while in school. A big thing is keeping some type of part-time job or a job that's going to allow you flexibility with school. Why? Because this also helps helps you offset costs, pay for your books, pay for a little bit of your tuition, start paying interest on your college loan debt. Also, keeping your jobs back home, keeping your jobs while on campus. Like I told you all, I was able to transfer my job at McDonald's, and yes, while everybody was talking about me, I wasn't broke though. It also teaches you responsibility, time management. It teaches you a lot of things about life before you even enter into the workforce. Some people seem to forget that you have to fill out a FAFSA form every year. Just like I told you for your first time that you apply for FAFSA, to make sure that you apply every year that you're in school and see what aid and grants or other monies that you are eligible for. I also knew that I was going to want to become a graduate student, so while I was in school, I found other ways of getting aid. I became a McNair Scholar, which is for first generation college students. TRIO programs are great because they're a great way to help you further your education if you or your family don't necessarily have the funds to send you to school. The McNair program paid for all of my application fees. You know, some of these schools cost $40 plus to apply to, and that program paid for my master's and my PhD. So even though I didn't have all of my things covered in undergraduate and not every single thing covered in my graduate degree, I still was well below most of my peers because I planned in advance. I placed a link down below to TRIO programs so that you can learn more, and more specifically a link to McNair programs so that you can understand what they offer and how you might be able to join that in order to pay for your schooling. And even if you don't qualify for something like that, there's so many different things. When I was in graduate school and undergraduate, I would apply for any internal scholarships in the school, any organizations that were sponsoring scholarships, and guys, even though I got turned down for a lot, I got a lot of them too. I won some scholarship award for being a leader. I won a scholarship award for diversity. Sometimes these things were just on the website and I would just say, let me apply. Make sure that you keep in mind that there's lots of different means for you to be able to get by. Make sure that you're taken care of, even if you seek to further your education beyond just your undergraduate degree or even further. So just think about that. Avoid as many credit cards as you possibly can, and also make a budget. If you have a debit card, if you have a credit card, you need to be keeping track of what's on it. You need to know what you can spend in a month. Know what your food costs, your medical costs, your book costs. All of those things have to be understood. We are not at school to ball out. You're studying, you're doing everything that you need to do in order to prepare for your future career so that you can put your all into that. But also managing your debt. You need to know how much you owe if you have loans. You need to know how much is on your credit card if you have one. And I say avoid them, especially when you're in college, because you don't have a whole lot of extra money. You know how much is in your bank account at all times. Know how much food you'll need for each week. Know how much your books cost so that you can keep a really good and well-aligned budget. And I've also put some links down below for things that can help you. But you need to be cutting costs at every corner. I really got acquainted with the thrift store in undergrad. I had people that would give me hand-me-downs. I would go to different meals on campus. So a lot of organizations would host diversity meals or potlucks. Sometimes you would go to these things and you could take food home. You could try different things. Every week somebody else could cook. You might even want to buy textbooks used instead of new. Borrow books. Ask people early and in advance if they have books that you need. I asked the older people what books they had that I could use that maybe I didn't want to buy myself. On my campus there was also an Office of Multicultural Affairs. When I went there, I was able to meet different people from different walks of life, but also we were able to connect, and I was able to get more hand-me-downs, more books, more help, more resources, and cut as much cost as possible. Now when y'all leave school, you need to be smart. You cannot just pick up the bills that come in the mail and throw them away. That does not get rid of your debt. You have to make a plan. You have to continue to budget, continue to live your life, be able to support yourself, but also make sure that you've set yourself up in a way that you're able to work, you're able to do some things that you need to do, and make sure that you're taking care of business so that you can get those loans paid off and the interest doesn't continue to accrue. Make sure that you're also making some money-wise decisions, handling your money better, saving more when you get out of school, looking for new positions if the position you currently get isn't paying you as much. Build yourself up so that you're able to take care of yourself. Make sure that you pick a loan repayment program. There's lots of them out there that offer either consolidation of all of your loans so that you can pay one monthly cost. A lot of times they lessen and lower your costs so that you're able to afford it, or pay them on a sliding scale fee. And you can also look at other venues, loan forgiveness programs. I know there's some out there for teachers, teachers, for other occupations, doctors. There's lots of things out there, and I placed some links down below for ways that you can look at loan repayment programs, other programs for getting your loans together and getting them right once you leave. So make sure you get like a side gig, do something small. If you're into accounting, do some taxes for some people around the time tax season comes. You could be making that extra dollar to pay back those loans even faster than loan repayment programs will. So I hope that today has been beneficial for you guys. I know that we all want to ball out and do well, but let's be smart about balling out. Let's ball out when we able to ball out. Not on the loans, not on the government, not on Sally Mae and Navient. We're gonna do what's right, and we're gonna make sure that we make it out of school without all of this debt. So thumbs up this video if you like it, share it, comment, and make sure you subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Beautiful brown baby doll. Peace.